Here they are. Here are some of my larger ones because I'm going to put them together by order. Alright, I'm not sure if it's focusing. It's not focusing that well. So you can see that the wings glitters, fuzzy abdomen, very beautiful one. I thought that this was a Diptera or a fly, which is really silly because this has 4 wings. Diptera only has 2 wings. That's why it's called Diptera, 2 wings. And this one, although it's not obvious at first, it has a pedicel. Like, let's focus on that. They have a little waist, a little itty bitty waist. Although this one, her waist is a little not obvious. That's why I thought it was a Diptera. Let's look at the close-up first. Very beautiful abdomen and 4 wings, 4 membranous wings, very long antennae, big compound eyes, and her mouth. Okay, I don't know the gender of this insect, but I'm just saying her for the fun. Yeah, you see that, you see that. Yeah, you see that mouth. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't think that's a fly, y'all. All flies have a sponging mouth part, and that does not look sponging to me. Alright, so it's the abdomen. See that? Well, it's like the teeny connecting part to the abdomen of the thorax. So this is the head, this is the thorax, this is the abdomen. See, I learned something from my lectures and lab. Alright, you can see that this one is a very defined waist. Bella Hadid. I almost called it Bella Hadid when I caught this wasp. Alright, so those are my 2 Hymenopteras. Other Hymenopteras are ants, but that's basic, so I didn't get them. Of my Dipteras, so as you can see, it has 2 wings, 2 membranous wings, and when I caught this, its abdomen wasn't flattened like that. I'm sorry, it's a very beautiful fly actually. I have another one like this, but I'm too lazy to pin it. I don't know where it is anymore, and I haven't dried it in the oven, so that's a big no-no. It needs to be oven dried to pass in the insect collection. And yeah, you can see that this one has a sponging mouth part. And this one has very short antennae. Very short. I'm not even sure if you can see it here. That's how short it is. Alright, big compound eyes. Right? The insects here in uplb is very unique. This is my other fly. Now this one, it's very obvious that it's a fly because look at that. Yeah. This is a large fly. At first you might think that it has a pedicel, but it does not. It does not, y'all. Let's focus on that. Alright. So you can see the sponging mouth part much more. Very beautiful insect. This is quite tiny. You can see that, my finger is way larger than that. My largest Hemiptera. This one is actually a very cute. Look at those beady little eyes. Very cutesy. Very long legs. Actually, this one shrinked a bit compared to when it was caught. In fact, a lot of my Hymenopteras that look like this shrinked so much that they're so very, very tiny. What can I use this for? This is a pencil cap for reference. That's how tiny it is, y'all. But it wasn't this tiny when I caught it. But when it dried, it shriveled up and became very, very small in size. So I guess their body had a lot of moisture. Yeah, but at least this one, it just shrank. It didn't shrivel up compared. Oh my gosh. Look at that abdomen, y'all. It looks like a raisin. So dried up like a prune. I guess I left it a little bit too long in the oven. Sorry, I didn't claim you. Okay, like the first Hemiptera I showed. You cannot. Yeah, look at those tiny little beady eyes. Very cute. Very cutesy. Beautiful color. This was a very beautiful insect when I caught it, but yeah, it shriveled up a bit. Those cutie little beanie eyes. Oh, when it was caught, by the way, it was very hard to put them in the killing jar because these insects had a lot of fighting spirit. Like, they kept jumping all over the container, like they kept trying to fly, but so it was really hard to put them in the killing jar. Another one of these. So this was it's the same as the first one I showed. It's actually a different. It was caught together because they were very nearby each other on the tree where it was caught. Very cute. While I was, pinning these insects, this cockroach came to bite me, and instead of being mad, I was actually a little bit happy because so many people, want a cockroach. Because the normal cockroach that you see at home, isn't allowed in the insect collection because it's already passed so much. But when I was trying to caught it, I accidentally decapitated it. So it's very much so dead, even without the killing jar, because I decapitated it. But I cannot pin this anymore. I cannot, dry this anymore because, well, I can dry it, but I cannot pin it properly anymore because, again, it's decapitated. Like, okay, so its head is not really decapitated, it's not away from its body, but it's cut in half. It's not obvious here, but it's cut in half. That's why it's like that. Its resting body is like that. It's you can see it. The neck is not in the position it should be. But it's so very, very tiny. Again, let's pull our pen cap for reference. Very tiny insect. I actually caught 2 of these, but I was too lazy to pin the other one, and it's just rotting. Well, it's not rotting, but I didn't get to dry it, so it's just there in the little vial that I have. I might wet preserve that though. I'll check if it's still okay, and then just wet preserve it. And yeah, very. Although I'm not sure if it will fit in the vial, but I'll still try anyways. Very, very beautiful insect. When it was caught, when I caught it, it was white. Beautiful pearl white. And, well, yeah, it dried. So, well, I keep twirling it. I'm very sorry. It's hard to see the details when I kept twirling it like that. Let's look at it cute. Okay lang natanggalin yung saksang filter na alam. Kung hindi pa okay lang. Kanina pa yung naka-treasure. Ito lang. Okay. No problem. Okay. Wow. Look at those eyes. This is a very, very tiny insect. This is actually my first time seeing it in such detail because I have very blurry eyes. Alright. Well, this is definitely an insect. Yeah, look at those guys. I'm not sure if I pinned it properly, but I hope so, because it was such a hassle pinning this one. That's why I didn't pin the other one. So this one, actually, I didn't really caught this. It was given to us because I joined the ENTOMOLOGY event during September 6th. That's why if you check the labels of the insects, a lot of them was caught on September 6th. So this is 6/9/2025. One of its antennae is missing. Hopefully it's still okay. I think it's still okay because, you know, insects are bilaterally symmetrical. So this side is going to be the same as the other side. So as long as one side is intact, you know what the insect looks like in both sides, which is a little bit cool. This one is actually quite cute, and its antennae is also missing. This one has unique patterns, and if you look at their legs, they're quite hairy, you know? Very interesting. When I see the cockroaches at home, I don't really look at them, you know? I just kill them. And it's really hard to observe them when they're all crushed up in a ball of paper, so yeah, it's very interesting seeing insects like these. The order Blattodea. They were originally in the order Isoptera, but now they are Blattodea. So they are in a vial. Actually, there were a lot of them, but I didn't put them in the killing jar because I was too lazy, so they were just in a plastic cup, like the one I showed you with the dead cockroach. I don't know where it is now. And when I checked the plastic cup again, only this one was left. I was so surprised that there was only one left and there were no corpses. This one ate it. Termites are cannibalistic. Google it. So this is the last of my order of Blattodea. My bad. So this is a Hemiptera. Yeah, very cute. It's not obvious at first. Okay, how do you know if an insect is a Hemiptera? It has a little triangle thingy. Yeah, you see that little triangle thingy in the middle of its body. That's how you know it's a Hemiptera. Very fun. Is it missing an antenna? No. Let me check. It's a very tiny insect, y'all. Let's pull the insect cap for reference again. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. See how tiny the insect is? So I did not notice that one of its antenna is gone. Dang! Where the hell is its antenna, bruh? Very disappointing. But it's okay nonetheless. Because again, insects are bilaterally symmetrical. So, speaking of the triangle thingy I was saying earlier, it's more obvious in this one. Okay, no, it's not more obvious in this one because of the darker color, I think. Okay, let's focus on that. You see that triangle thingy in the middle when the wings folded? There. Yeah, that one. The triangle thingy. If an insect has that, it's a Hemiptera. Tiny little bug is the Hemiptera. Because one of the people in the ENTOMOLOGY told me, and I believe them, and I think they're correct because they're literally in an org called Entomological Society. This is actually the last Hemiptera, y'all. I double check, triple check. It's quite hard for it to focus. Did I show this already? Oh my gosh, I have very poor memory, y'all. I do not know if I showed this already. If I did show this already, at least you get to appreciate its beauty again, because this is a very beautiful Hemiptera. Its abdomen shriveled like the other one. Yes, that's true. Now let's look at the triangle in the middle. Yep, look at the beautiful triangle in the middle. It's not very obvious because the wings are not folded. It's much more obvious when the wings are folded. Let's look at its cute little beady eyes. It's very hard to focus. Okay, it's very dark, so we don't really get to see its beautiful beady little eyes. It has a very tiny head because it's a very tiny insect. This is it. The pen cat in the insect for reference. Unfortunately, Lepidopteras hate me, so the only ones I caught were these very common Lepidopteras, very tiny ones as well. The massive ones have such strong survival instincts. In fact, one of my super classmates caught a butterfly, and since its wings were torn up when they catched it, they just left it. Let nature reclaim it. But I was like, nah, I'm gonna use that as pinning practice. So I took it like a little thief. But they abandoned it, they didn't want it. So is it really stealing? I don't think so. So I took it home in the plastic container, not in the killing jar, because I was too lazy. The killing jar stinks, y'all. Anyways, yeah, look at the details while I yap about the story. So yeah, I took the big butterfly home, but then I had to go to the dorm, not home, and I had to go home. So I left the butterfly in the plastic container for like 3 days because I thought it was dead already. It wasn't moving when I left it, y'all. It wasn't moving. It was just chilling. And then when I went back, it was fighting for its life, y'all. Like, I was like, what? I thought you were dead. Why are you fighting for your life? But I was moved. I was moved that it was still living. It was still fighting even after days of starvation, of being in a little plastic container. And I was like, you know what? I don't even have any use for you, y'all. So I just let it out. I felt very evil for I didn't know it was still alive. I'm very sorry. Anyway, so this was actually during the very first that we went insect hunting. I caught this butterfly, not this butterfly, but this same species. And this was actually the species was the very first Lepidoptera I pinned, and I failed massively because the abdomen, well, not just the abdomen, the entire body is very soft. In fact, I had so much trouble pinning this one as well. But I'm very glad it turned out so well. It looks so good. I'm very proud of this one. Yeah, it's a really cute Lepidoptera. Love it. But it's a very tiny one. Again, the pen cap for comparison. These are very tiny insects, y'all. So I mentioned the story earlier, right, with the big butterfly. So it's very hard to catch Lepidopteras because they fly very fast, and it's very hard to keep their wings in a pristine condition when you catch them. You see this one? This was pristine, y'all, but then I had trouble pinning it. That's why it went like that. But I'm still gonna submit it because it's a cute little insect. And I just don't want to throw it away after it spent days on the oven. But yeah, you can see that it's not even, the spread of the wings is not even, and that's totally my fault. Cannot really manipulate the position of it anymore. But yeah, I still did all this, so I'm not just gonna throw it away. Again, it's a very cute insect. Hello. Again, it's very tiny. This is my Orthopteras. I'm very happy with this one. This is my Orthopteras. This is very cute. It wasn't this color when I caught this. Yeah, it was more green when I caught this. But since I caught it like literally almost a month ago, the color changed. Just a very normal. Anyways, so a very beautiful wing pad. I wish I could like manipulate the legs more now, but again, it's already oven dried. Sorry, I keep speeding it. Here. I have so many things I should be doing, but I'm really attached to these insects, and I want to like commemorate them because this is the first time I went insect hunting for the sake of a collection. Chan-chan. This one, I don't know what happened. I don't know how the hell it got caught off, but maybe it was stuck on the kiln jar or something. I have no idea. And yeah, at first I thought that the abdomen shrilled up after it was on the oven, but when I googled Coleoptera and I showed this and its abdomen was already like that, I was like, oh, okay. Very cool insects. Wow. They have such cute beady eyes. We have very, very long hind legs. Definitely an Orthoptera. I actually caught a lot of Orthopteras. So if you look at the date, 04 9 2025, so September 4. September 4 was the first time we went insect hunting. And yeah, I caught a lot of Orthopteras. I'm actually, like compared to the other two, this one has very, very short antennae. Like I had to Google, do all Orthopteras have antennae? And yeah, this one just happens to have very, very short one. A zetian pad there. Very interesting insect. It's actually the same as the one I showed earlier. I actually caught two of them. No, this one has uniform antennae, but you know, it's quite shorter than one. Very, very interesting. Oh. Interesting. So these are my other two Orthopteras. I really need to wrap things up because I have to sleep, because I have to do other assignments. I think this one is a little bit premature. I'm not sure though. But yeah, very cute. Really tiny. But it wasn't this tiny when I caught it though. It shrinked, okay? It shrinked. Very cute. Look at those beady little eyes and those little tiny legs. This is the pen cup for reference. My termites earlier. These are thrips from the order Thysanoptera. So these are tree thrips because you know they usually find them together in a curled up leaf. So even in that, they are together. That's quite sweet. Very sorry I killed y'all. But, you know, you're for the sake of academic grades, whatever. It's so tiny, it's not obvious at all. So tiny, it's hard to focus on it. Well, I'm on a speed run now, so I'm sorry I don't have time for you. Put the vials in place. It's very hard to get them to balance in just the right way. There we go. So this is a beetle. Cute little beady eyes. To us as a freebie, by the entomology. So I wasn't the one that caught this. That's why my name isn't written there. This is a very beautiful insect. This is my beetle. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I'm glad it didn't break anything. Look at its cute little eyes. It's, yeah, you can see that it's a little dirty from the inside. Because again, it was really holding a ball of dirt. But whatever. Whatever, it's literally a beetle. Quack, 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 quack. I'm very attached to this beetle. This beetle that I got from the box, the one that puts the one with the species in the label. It's quite hairy. That's actually insane. You can see the glitter. Yeah, because that was the part that was separated from the body, and I used literally glitter to put it back together. I didn't have clear nail polish. Okay. Might give its butt a little cleaning. This one is not as cute as the one I caught though. But it's still very cool. Okay, this is my last beetle. Rawr. This one is the most gnarliest looking one. You have to appreciate the details on this insect. Look at its mouth. And look at its legs. Very interesting. It's quite large. Very beautiful, huh? So these are the odonatas. In my very first lab exercise, I actually broke one of the So during my first lab exercise, I actually broke a damselfly. Yeah, I talked about it in one of the videos. The damselfly that I ruined is actually the thumbnail. And this is different from the damselfly I broke, but they're both damselflies. So you can see that its head is, it's not aligned with its body, but whatever, it's okay. It has wide eyes. Yeah, those are eyes. It shrank a lot. It wasn't this small when it was caught. Very beautiful wings though. Yeah, but it definitely shrank. This is my odonata. Well, actually, the damselfly that I showed earlier is also an odonata. This is my dragonfly. So gnarly. Like the damselfly, its compound eyes are together. Yeah, those are eyes. Very beautiful insect. Been very hard to catch and very hard to kill. like the Lepidopteras, their wings are so fragile. And this one took so long. And I will trade away because we're allowed to trade away our insects. So you can see its wings are a little bit, yeah, this side is very, very ugly. This side is a little bit ugly. But again, you know, it's pretty obvious to know what this insect looks like. And only the wings are damaged. And see, the head is perfectly aligned too, which makes me really mad. But this was the first dragonfly I've ever caught, so I was very excited, and I didn't do the proper measures to make sure that the wings is intact. What a shame. So here are my insects. Yep, that's my insect collection.